Hi guys. Recently, while walking with my son on a trail, we found some bamboo trees or a bamboo plant, and I've always wanted to create a musical instrument. So I thought a flute, Bansuri, would be an easy one to make out of a bamboo. So we went back there, picked up one of those plants, and brought them home. I did not know the exact measurements of how far the holes need to be. I think it's supposed to be very, very specific. I did end up wasting a couple of bamboo sticks just by making the holes wrong. I tried using some AI apps to give me some ideas, but it didn't really work. So I got one of my existing flutes, I put it right next to this one, marked the distances, and they say that you should always measure twice and cut once. So I measured like 20 times and then made those cuts and left some extra space in case I wanted to make any changes. So it kind of worked out. So I made the cuts, then I got a drill bit to open up the nodes inside the bamboo. Like, there's like this closing in the middle. So I was able to get in there and make the bamboo stick hollow by just leaving one node on the other side. The drill bit came out handy and did a pretty fair job. I did have to spend a significant amount of time trying to smoothen it out as much as I could. But once it was done, then I used a sander, basically a makeshift sander. So I took sandpaper, I rolled it up on a piece of stick, and I taped it. And then I was able to go in there and start cleaning from the inside. Once I made the cut, I realized that this bamboo stick is not really straight. It needed a little bit of work to make it straighter. So I heated it up a little bit. They say that you don't want to put bamboo on flame because it can destroy it pretty much by burning the texture of it. So I kept it on low heat, little high away from the flame, and did some manual bending, and it kind of worked out. So, so the next step was basically to make that final hole. This is a drone flute, so I did not initially plan to make all the holes in it. I just wanted to make one basic hole, see the length of this, and listen to which note it turns out to be, and then shorten the flute to get to the exact note that I want. Because this is going to be played in the background of a flute. I already made another flute, which I'm going to use to play Bansuri lead. So there's one hole, and wanted to see how it sounds. So I didn't want to make a big hole at the beginning, so I started with the smallest drill bit on my drill, and then sanded it off because bamboo tears up. Like, it doesn't really make a hole like normal wood. It basically is like too many threads inside it, so it starts tearing up. And to get a perfectly round shape hole, you really need to put a little extra effort. So I put the smallest bit, then I moved it up to the next size, then I sanded it a little bit just to make sure that it's all clean, and then I got to the bigger size and kept increasing it till I got the size which was almost about half an inch, which I basically needed. Now, when you blow air into this flute, the air usually can bounce off and hit the microphone and make an airy sound, which does not sound really good when you're playing flute. So I sanded it and gave it a slightly round shape so that all the breath that I am exhaling is going right into that hole, and it can make the lowest amount of air sound possible. I'm not an expert Bansuri player, but I can play some notes and I can do some compositions, basic compositions. So I just wanted like something that plays an absolute note, whether it is D sharp or F, and then uh, when I'm playing that in the background, I would use the other Bansuri to play the lead. So once the hole looked promising, I just sanded it inside one more time because when you made those holes using the drill, it kind of pushes some of that wood inwards. So just took it out with that sand and then used a thread to tie very tightly at one of the edges because bamboo has a habit of cracking once it dries because it shrinks and all the moisture leaves it. So by tying it really tight on the edges, it prevents that breakage from happening. And once that is done, it was time to test out and see how it really sounds. All right, time for the real test. It may not be perfect, but it definitely does what I really wanted to do. So after this video, I did end up going and making it slightly shorter to get to the right notes. And the music that you've heard in this video is what I've played on this particular flute. Thank you.